This week we're back in the workshop and we're going to be building another epic foam wall, but it's not going to be for power tools this time, it's for Sneak Energy. Now if you're not familiar with Sneak Energy, this is a brand that I really love. I've been drinking these sugar-free energy drinks for the past 18 months, probably a little bit more. They're a Manchester brand, so they're pretty close by to us. And they make a range of really nice flavour powders that you add a scoop to. You fill this with water, you add a scoop of their powder, and you get a really nice sugar-free energy drink. And the great thing about Sneak is they've released 16 flavours over the last couple of years, and they've all got really cool tubs and branding, and they've also released a line of shakers. Now, quite a lot of these are limited edition, but we've managed to amass the entire collection of Sneak shakers, including a super rare version that's never been released. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see that. So we've also had a package sent through to us from Sneak, which we've got to open. And I'm hoping, or I'm thinking, that this is Sneak's new Elite range of products. So Sneak have a really cool system that when you buy products from their website, you get Elite points. And obviously, as you build these up, you can spend them on basically exclusive rewards that money can't buy. So Sneak have kindly, well, I actually had enough points to be able to buy the 3 shakers myself, but they also included the 3 other items which we're going to see here. So we've got the 3 new Elite shakers, which we've got the 3 old style Elite shakers too, so that gives us the full set. And we've also got here these 3 new tubs which look awesome. So what we've got here is 3 of their like OG flavours, their classic flavours, blue raspberry, cherry bomb, and I'm guessing because they recently deleted or got rid of Stealth, one of their other OG flavours, they went for Tropikilla, which was I think their 4th release flavour. So that's awesome. Thank you again to Sneak for sending us that. We're going to include those 3 flavours and those 3 shakers in the wall as well. And with those 3 extra shakers, that has completed our shaker set. So if you saw our Makita Power Tool wall, we're going to build this in the same style, so the 2 walls will match each other. And at the end of the video, we're going to be going through every shaker and every flavour ever released in chronological order, and we're going to be scoring all the different flavours and what I think of them. So if you're a big Sneak fan, make sure you stay tuned for that. Right, so we've moved over to our band knife because we need a bit more space for this. So we've got a piece of foam here and it's 1.53 metres by 1 metre. So we've got a really nice big space to work with, but obviously we've got a lot of Sneak flavours and a lot of Sneak shakers. So the next plan is to figure out a layout for this. Now we've already had a little bit of a play around with layouts, so we've got a rough idea anyway, but we might have to just tweak it a little bit because now we've got the addition of the 3 new Sneak Elite shakers and the 3 new Sneak Elite flavours as well. So let's get started. Right, so that took a fair while. We were toying with having them in purely chronological order, and then we were talking about having the tubs in chronological order, then the shakers. What we've ended up with is we've got the Sneak flavours in the order they were released, but then we've got the limited edition flavours in the order they were released. And that way we've got 11 tubs here on the bottom, and then we've got 5 up there. Then we've got the shakers that match the tubs. I think for aesthetics, it's better to have the shakers that match the tub. So we're going to do that. We're also going to put a shadow foam logo in the middle. We think there's enough Sneak logos. Every single shaker's got a Sneak logo. Every single tub's got a Sneak logo. So we were planning on getting a Sneak bunny and maybe a shadow foam shield, but there's just so many shakers and so many tubs that we don't have a big enough wall for all of it. So we're going to put shadow foam logo in the middle, and the Sneak Elite tubs, we've got another plan for them. You may see them coming in a future video. We've got another cool idea for these. So we're not going to include them in the wall, but now it's time to get cutting. Cutting the profile of this item is going to be difficult because it's kind of a rounded edge, so you get what's called a parallax error. When we're using the knife to cut round it, you might wave the knife. What we've actually done is cut a little cardboard template so the tub fits in there perfectly. And we've done the same for the shaker. And then that way we can go around, cut all of these in, make a really nice neat layout, and then we know in every single cutout we make it's gonna fit. So, time to get cutting. Right, so what we've just done there is we've just printed off the Shadow Foam logo, and we measured the size, we printed off the logo to the correct scale. Then we've cut around the logo in the foam, and we've peeled back the foam there to create like a cavity. And then we've gone again and cut the logo out of red, or we've cut the top sections out of red, peeled those back and inserted them into the gaps. And then we've done the same with a piece of white foam. And I think that's a really effective looking logo. We wanted to do something slightly different to the last foam wall we did, which we did a shield just in red. And I think that's really effective. So the last thing we've got to do now is use some of our fantastic elastic glue to glue all of these pieces of foam in. Then we can use some spray adhesive, and we can spray the back of the foam and glue it to a piece of blue foam, which will give us that really cool dual colour contrast when you take any of the items out. And then it'll be ready to mount on the wall. So let's get cracking. Right, so that's the build finished. The only thing left is to fill in the missing spot. Now there's a bit of a story behind this missing shaker here. I had probably, this took about 8 months to collect all of the shakers that went in this wall, and I'd like to give a big thank you and shout out to the Sneak community, the Facebook community, because a few of these shakers were very hard to track down. We had a little bit of help. Sneak sent us this one. This is a very rare shaker. Sneak sent us that one. The elite ones, obviously, we managed to get just in time. But some of these particularly, you know, I'm looking at the Blankberry one. Someone in the group got us that, helped us get that one. The Blizzard V version 1, that one we struggled to get hold of. The Blue Alien shaker came from Germany. Big thank you to you guys. Building this and collecting all these shakers, I had a saved search on eBay. As soon as a Sneak shaker came up for sale, I got a notification, and one day this shaker popped up, this one that's going in this missing slot, and it was a very unusual design. I'd not seen it before, so I immediately bought it. First thing I did, as soon as it popped up for 24 pounds, I think it was, I bought it. And then we asked Sneak if they recognised it, and their first response was, it's not something that they've released or not something that they've launched. So I started talking to the eBay seller, and it turns out that they worked in the same building as the brand Sneak started off in. It's a place called WeWork in Manchester. Having a bit of back and forth with the eBay seller, it turned out that they'd got it from one of the founders of the brand Sneak, and it's this shaker here. It's a little bit of a rarity, a one-off. It's kind of got a TikTok-esque kind of style Sneak bunny and the logo on the back here. And Sneak did confirm that this was kind of an unreleased design that they'd kind of made as a sample, and they just gave it away as a kind of a nice gesture to someone who was in their building. We're lucky now to have it as a great addition to the Sneak wall, and we thought what better place to put it than linked up with the unreleased flavour, which is called Unreleased, to finish off our Sneak wall. So the last thing for us to do is, as promised, we want to go through all of the flavours in release order and what I think of them, and we're also going to go through all of the shakers in release order too. So for all you die-hard Sneak fans out there, hopefully this can be a bit of a reference for you guys on all of the Sneak shakers and all of the Sneak flavours ever released. Blue Raspberry is one of my personal favourites. The first flavour I ever bought from them. It's probably a 9 out of 10 for me. It's not my ultimate favourite, but it's a really strong flavour, and there's nothing quite like it, to be honest, so I really love that flavour. Cherry Bomb, not as big of a fan of this. I do like cherry in general, but not really this. It's a bit, I'm not sure on it really. It's just not one of my go-tos, so I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 10. And Stealth, I mean, this is this flavour causes a little bit of a debate on what the actual flavour is, and Sneak won't tell us either. I don't think anyone will ever know, but apparently the bunny's name is the same as the flavour. So if any guesses in the comments below what you think this flavour is, and I think it's kind of a kiwi flavour. They've actually deleted this flavour now, or they've removed it from their lineup. They released a special version called Stealth Delete, but which is a bit of a sad thing. I give it a 7 out of 10. I quite like it. So next up we've got Tropikilla. This is another fan favourite, so much so they released the elite artwork in this design, in this flavour as well. It's not a big favourite of mine. I think I'm probably going to give that a 6 out of 10. It's a big favourite of a few people. One of the streamers that I like and that I kind of discovered Sneak through, that's their favourites. Blackout. They did 2 versions of this, but version 1, which came out on Black Friday in November 2018, and this is like a black cherry flavour. I really like this flavour, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Strawberry Watermelon. This one came out in March 2019, and it's probably one of my least favourite flavours out of all of them. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It's okay, you know, I don't hate it, but it's definitely not one that I would pick up and choose out of this full lineup. Unreleased. The branding, the design, the whole kind of social media campaign that they ran around this flavour, I think really give them a huge boost. Now I love Iron Brew, and this is like a still or a flat Iron Brew flavour, which is really nice. Again, it's something that they don't run it in their standard lineup, so you've kind of either got to wait for it to be released again or try and pick some up on like the Facebook group. But for me, that's a good 9 out of 10. One of my preferred flavors. Really like it. Purple Storm. This flavor is like a Vimto flavor. It's another one that I got it's following Blue Raspberry. I got some Purple Storm. Really like that. This tub's nearly empty, but it's like yeah, still Vimto. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10. Following Purple Storm, Blackout came again. So this is Blackout version 2 because it's got the new font on it. But Sneak released this 2 Black Fridays running, and they had 2 slightly different designs, and they had 2 slightly different shakers to go with them. So they released that again following Purple Storm. But after the second version of Blackout came Blizzard. Now this is another limited edition flavour. They've done this 2 years running and they release it around like the winter time. And this is a lemonade flavour. Now I like this flavour, not really on its own. I think on its own, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. It's not one of my favourites, but I quite often add a scoop of this to some of the other flavours to kind of give it a mix it up. So for that reason, I'm gonna bump it up to a 7 out of 10. And that is another really, really great flavour. And that one does come back round on general sale. Now, Sour Apple came out in April 2020. And for me, this is quite a tangy, I mean, it's in the name Sour Apple. It is quite a tangy, still kind of flavour. Another one that I don't really drink very often, because I'm not a big fan of, it's kind of like Sour Apple Chewits, to be honest, to me. And, you know, I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. Not one of my go-tos, but still a nice flavour. Following Sour Apple came these two flavours here, which was a collaboration with Millions. And they did a great campaign called the Sneak Generations to go with these two flavours. They're not bad. I mean, I prefer the strawberry flavour out of the two. The blue raspberry one is not a great flavour for me. I think I'm gonna give that one a 4 out of 10. Great branding, loved the launch, but it's not one of my favourite flavours. However, Strawberry Millions is a really, really nice, strong flavour. I really like that one, so I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10. Next up, we went to a really cool flavour, Blankberry. For Black Friday in 2018, they did Blackout. In 2019, they did Blackout version 2. And then in 2020, they did Blankberry. Lovely like 3D design on the tub. And it came with a matching shaker. They haven't released the official flavour of this, but to me it is like a very, it's like summer fruits, but dark fruits kind of flavour. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, so I'm gonna give that one a 5 out of 10 as well. I'd drink it, I wouldn't pour it away, but it's not a favourite of mine. So following Blankberry came another round of Blizzard. So they did the first edition and then they did the second edition. So that was, as we've said, I really like that flavour. Neon Punch, this is one of my favourites. This is my second tub of it already. I really like it. It's a really fruity, nice fresh flavour. You put ice in this and I love it. So that is a 10 out of 10, a strong 10 out of 10 for me. So following Neon Punch came another one of my favourites. This is Raspberry Lemonade. So this one also came out just this year, pretty soon after the Neon Punch flavour, and it's another absolute favourite of mine. I kind of switch back and two at the moment between Neon Punch and Raspberry Lemonade. I love both of these flavours. Again, maybe it's just like a really summery drink. These two are both kind of, I've just been drinking them all through summer with ice in one of the shakers, and I really love it. So that's another 10 out of 10 for me. And then last up is their latest release flavour, which came out this year, Cola Millions. This is another collaboration with Millions, and it's a nice flavour. I actually prefer it to the Bubblegum Millions. I prefer Strawberry Millions over it. So for me, that's going to be a 6 out of 10. It's okay, but not another one that it wouldn't be one of my regulars or a go-to. So that wraps up all of the flavours. I think the top scoring was Neon Punch, Raspberry Lemonade, followed by Blue Raspberry. So now let's go through the shakers. So the first shaker that Sneak released was the white OG logo one here. This is the first one, quite hard to get hold of. It says in-game energy on the side and it's got the old school font. I say old school, it's only like 4 years ago, but old school in Sneak terms. Then shortly after that, their first Black Friday, they released a Blackout shaker, limited edition, and it came free with every order on that day until they ran out. And it was the exact same as this, except for this is the new kind of tidier looking Sneak font, not this old school kind of graffiti style. And we didn't manage to get that one. That was a really hard shaker to track down. I don't think many of them went out, and I really struggled to find one, but it's exactly the same as this. And that was the second shaker released. Third up was the Legend shaker. This was a reward from their original VIP program. So before they had the Sneak Elite points, they had VIP points, and you could spend them on this. So it's got the classic font on the side there, and we would have probably struggled to find this one too. They've hardly ever come up on eBay, not many people have got one, and if Sneak hadn't have hooked us up and sent us this one out, I don't think we would have been able to find it, so thank you again to Sneak. Shortly after that, they brought out the purple Storm shaker, and then not long after, the Clutch It shaker came out. So this is also in the same era as the old school Sneak logo, but there's no Sneak logo on this one, just the bunny and then the word Clutch It. So that one came out as part of a collaboration that they did. following that, shortly after that, came out the Neon Spray logo. Not long after Neon Spray came the original first glow-in-the-dark shaker. This is the legacy version with the red kind of little grid inside there. But the OG one, or the original one, was the exact same. I think there was no difference to the design. It just had a glow-in-the-dark kind of shaker bit inside. So after the glow shaker came the Blackout shaker again, version 2. And then following that came Blizzard V1. So that was the first time they ran Blizzard. They had this unique shaker to go with it, which is like a gloss finish. Following that, they moved to the new logo, and we went for this block shaker here. This is, they call it the block, VLOC. Around the same time that one came out the Elite system and the Elite shakers. So that was, all these three came out and were released together. Following that, we have the black monochrome shaker, and at the same time that one came out, they relaunched these three with the new logo. So it's the same colors, same design as these three, but with the new logo style. And I really love how those three frame the logo in the middle. They look really good, like the old generation and the new generation logos. And talking about generations, these came matching the blue Bubblegum millions and then the strawberry millions. They're like shakers that came in a little set together. So following the generation shakers came the two alien designs here. So these are glow in the dark as well. But obviously they've got a really cool like Sneak logo on the back with like a bit of a Japanese font there as well, which is really cool. So after these came Blankberry, and that was a really cool design, totally unique to match the tub. So that was the third year of Black Friday that one was released. Then we went on to Blizzard version 2. So this shaker here came with the Blizzard second edition, another really nice matte shaker. So after the Blizzard V2 shaker, which was a really nice white matte shaker, came the two new wave shakers. These were only released recently, and there's one in this like lime green color and then pink with a blue top, which looks really, really good. Following those, this is even more recent, so recent that they've only just shipped them to me, was the new generation of Elite shakers in like a really bright burnt orange, blue, and then the pink one in the middle there. So that's the second generation of Elite shakers. And then last up is our super special unreleased rare shaker, which is in the old school logo here. So you're talking like 2018, and that is the previously unreleased design, which we've got in the center of the build. So that wraps up every shaker that Sneak have ever released and every flavor. It doesn't stop there. Sneak are releasing new products all of the time. Just this week they've released a yellow bunny teaser on their social media. So we're thinking there's a new flavor coming, maybe a mango or maybe a pineapple. So if you fancy trying out some Sneak Energy, there's a link in the description. You can go and check them out. And when you're at checkout, make sure you type in Shadow Foam in the creator code box. That way Sneak can see that you've come from us, and it would help us out as a channel as well. They helped us with this video. They sent us a few of the items you see here in the wall, so a big thank you to Sneak. If you like this build and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like and comment. We'd love to hear what you think of the wall and how you would have done it. Would you have changed up the design? Would you have included more stuff? Is there a way we can level up this wall, make it even better? Let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you next time. We're going to start off with all of the flavors that Sneak have ever done, and we're going to start with the classic trio. Right, let's go again.